Hi everybody, Bex here. Just wanted to take a few minutes today to share with you some thoughts on the topic of peace. So a few years ago now, I went through a period of my life where I can't particularly say I felt peaceful. In fact, I probably felt the opposite in that I felt quite stressed and I'd worry about things a lot. And as you can imagine, during this time, quite a lot of my prayer life was taken up with asking God to feel more peaceful. Now, as I look back on this time, I realised that what I was actually asking God for was the feeling of peace. I wanted to feel calm and not feel stressed and not feel worried and burdened by things. And in all honesty, I can say that I didn't actually often feel like that, and it used to frustrate me, and I used to ask God, why are you not making me feel peaceful? And he answered my question, which is what I wanted to share with you today, because actually it was a really big revelation for me at the time and really changed my perspective on peace. So this is what God said to me. He said, Bex, peace is more than a feeling. It's actually a belief and a real knowledge in my presence with you in every situation. And I realised after this that actually I've been chasing the wrong thing first. I've been chasing the feeling above really knowing God, really understanding and believing who he was, the promises that he had said to me in his word and has spoken over my life, and the promise simply of just being with me in every situation, whatever that looked like. And so this was the first thing I just wanted to encourage you with today, that peace is more than a feeling. It's a real belief and a knowledge in God's presence with you in that situation. So I would encourage you, when you're feeling unsettled, to dig deep into that relationship with God first. And I'm sure that out of that relationship, out of that understanding, out of that belief in who he is, will come that feeling of peace. The second thing I just wanted to share with you is that I think that trust and giving God control are at the core of peace. And I just wanted to share with you a couple of verses from the Bible. So the first one is from Philippians 4, it's verse 7. And it says this, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus." Now, a few years ago, our daughter Izzy had to go to London for open heart surgery. And understandably, at that time, a lot of people would say to me, Bex, you must be feeling really worried. It must be such a stressful time for you. And I remember one day stopping and thinking and just realising that actually, no, I didn't feel anxious. I wasn't feeling stressed. Actually, what I was feeling was peaceful. And I realised that this was because I trusted God with Izzy. I trusted that he had her and that ultimately she was his. And because of this trust, I think that God gifted me with this incredible gift of peace that transcended all understanding, that didn't make sense in that situation. It actually would have made more sense for me to have felt worried and anxious. But it also went on to do more, which is what this verse says. It guarded my thoughts and my mind, and it guarded my heart and the feelings that I had. And so I just wanted to use that as just a really lovely way to illustrate how trusting God pays off, how it brought that incredible peace over that situation in our lives at the time. The second verse that I just wanted to share with you as well is from Isaiah 26, and it's verse 3. And it says this, "You will keep in perfect peace him whose mind is steadfast because he trusts in you." Now, don't know about you, but over this time I've definitely felt more unsettled, probably worried quite a bit more and stressed over little things more than I normally would. And God has had to really remind me that despite the situation, despite how I'm feeling, He's got this. He cares and He's in control. And He's in control and cares about the big things in our lives, and also those really small things that might only just be relevant to me. Cares about them and He's got them. And I have had to choose where to set my mind at this time. I've had bad days where I've got distracted and my mind and my heart have wandered. But I've also had good days where actually I've been able to set my mind on God and remember who He is and remember how He's got this. And I have to be honest with you, on those days, that's when I felt the peace. So I hope these little thoughts, little Bible verses, just encourage and bless you. You can see it's all a work in progress for me, but I'm thankful for all the things that God has taught me about peace over the years. And I just pray that you would feel blessed by the peace of God's presence at this time. Take care.